Hello students. Today we will be learning about unit conversions. For example, let's say I ask you a question, how many seconds are in 3 minutes? The answer to that would be quite easy. You would just take 3 minutes and then multiply by 60 to get 180 seconds. However, what if there's a more complicated example? To solve this, we need to use what we call dimensional analysis. So let's take another example. Let's say I ask you to convert 15 kilometers to miles. And 1 mile equals 1.61 kilometers. The first thing we need to do is we need to convert our equation into ratios. What I mean by this is we can take our 1 mile equals 1.61 kilometers and convert these into two fractions. So what we are going to do is take one of the values, put it on the numerator, and put the other one on the denominator, like so. These are called our conversion factors. Then what we will do is take our value of 15 kilometers and multiply it by one of our conversion factors. To figure out which conversion factor to use, we simply look at the unit of km, kilometers, and we want to put that on the denominator of our next fraction. So we're going to put km down here, and since the conversion factor with km on the denominator is this one, this is the conversion factor that we are going to use. So we are going to fill out the rest of the conversion factor like so. And the reason why we use this conversion factor is that our units of kilometers will nicely cancel out, leaving us with our final units of miles. So what we will do is we will take 15 times 1 over 1.61 miles, and we will simply compute that into our calculator. So we will do 15 times 1 divided by 1.61, which will give us an answer of approximately 9.32, rounded to 2 decimal places. Now, let's take another example. So in our next problem, we will be asked to convert 2,000 grams to kilograms. And 1 kilogram equals 1,000 grams. First, we need to think about what conversion factor to use. Well, instead of writing both conversion factors out, what I'm going to do is take my given value of 2,000 grams, multiply it out by ratio, our conversion factor, and I want grams to be on the denominator here. That way, my units of grams will cancel out. So I'm simply going to put what I see in my equation here, 1 kg equals 1,000 grams. And I'm going to fill that into my conversion factor. So I'm going to fill this out with 1,000 and the numerator with 1 kg, like so. And when I do this, my units of grams will cancel out, which simplifies to 2,000 times 1 kgs over 1,000, which simplifies to 2 kgs or 2 kilograms. The final example which we would do is I'm going to ask you guys to solve how many inches are in 1 yard. And I'm given that 1 yard equals 3 feet, and 12 inches are in 1 feet. This is going to require 2 steps because there is no direct conversion for inches to yards. So what we will do is let's start with our 1 yard, multiply it by a conversion factor. And we know that for our first conversion factor, yard must be on the bottom so that we can cancel out our units. So what I'm going to do is take this equation here because this is the only equation with the unit yard in it. And I'm going to convert that to a conversion factor. So for every 1 yard, I have 3 feet. Okay. So far my units of yards will cancel out. Now, if I stopped here, my units will be converted to feet. But since I want to convert to inches, I'm going to multiply this by one more conversion factor. And I'm going to use this conversion factor here. 12 inches equals 1 feet. So I'm going to put the units of feet down here because I want to cancel the units of feet. So for every 1 feet, I have 12 inches. And now my units of feet will cancel out, leaving me with just inches. And now to simplify, I simply take everything I see on the numerators on top of the fractions. So I'll have 1 times 3 times 12 divided by 1 times 1 inches, okay, which simplifies to just 3 times 12 inches, which equals 36 inches. Okay. Thanks for listening. Good luck with the rest of the questions.